Hi, I'm Laura Sherman, the Friendly Ghostwriter. I wanted to talk to you today about things you can do to prepare to write your book. One of the first things I think is really important is to write an outline. I always want a map before I go out on a road trip. I want to know where I'm going. A writer recently wrote me and was having a lot of trouble finishing her book. And I suggested that she go back and outline every step so that she could come up with the proper ending. It's a good idea to know where you're going so you don't wind up heading off a cliff. Another tip is to shape your story. Now, I have some articles on my blog about character arcs and the 3-act structure. These are things to consider. As you're outlining, it's a good idea to figure out where your character is going and also to add some conflict into the scenes. Make sure that you're not just explaining things a lot. Instead, have scenes with different impacts, different conflict, different things that will energize your reader and propel them forward in your story. Another tip is to get to know your characters, especially your main characters. Sometimes I'll even interview them. I'll set up a list of questions and really try to figure out what their philosophies are, what they think about in certain things. Of course, you want to know their physical characteristics as well, but you really want to have meaningful, believable characters. If you're writing a fiction book, a novel, you'll want to spend some time maybe with the world building, especially if it's science fiction or fantasy. But even with a memoir, you need to know the world that you're talking about. Maybe it's a slice of history and you need to do some research. That world building will really come in handy. And tip number 5 is to set yourself up for success. What I mean by that is you want to set a nice spot for yourself to write every day. And I would suggest that you write something every day. Get some words on paper. Another thing is to set aside time that's your writing time that you've dedicated for your book. And then finally, set yourself some targets that are good, that are stiff, that you can make. And then make sure that you make them. And before you know it, you'll have your book written. Thanks for tuning in.